Welcome! Before we get started on this orientation video, I want you to do 3 things for me. 1, get your application packet ready. If you don't have an application packet, we'll give you instructions on how to download one on the next slide. 2, grab a pen and a piece of paper. You're going to need to write down a lot of relevant information and take a few notes here and there. So you want to have that ready to go. And 3, watch the entire video. There's a lot of really important information spread throughout the video that you'll need to know before you complete your application for Habitat for Humanity's homeownership program. If you don't already have your application packet, you can download one using this QR code or visit our website at habitatgreatersac.org/apply. All right, let's get started. On behalf of everyone here at Habitat for Humanity of Greater Sacramento, thank you for taking the time to watch this orientation. Whether you've been dreaming about owning a home for years, or you've only recently learned about Habitat, we are honored that you're considering partnering with us on your homeownership journey. For many families, purchasing a home feels out of reach. Rising home prices, increasing rents, and the challenges of saving for a down payment can make homeownership seem impossible. That's why Habitat exists. We're excited that your Habitat homeownership journey begins right now. Habitat for Humanity was founded on the simple principle that everyone deserves a safe, stable, and affordable place to call home. For more than 4 decades, Habitat for Humanity of Greater Sacramento has partnered with hardworking families to build strength, stability, and self-reliance through affordable homeownership. Today, we're excited to share how you can become part of that story. From time to time, we'll jump in with handy habit tips to help you complete your application successfully. Here's our first one. Here at Habitat for Humanity of Greater Sacramento, we are an equal housing opportunity lender. About 2/3 of the way through this presentation, I'll share a special verification word that you'll need to include with your application. This helps us confirm that every applicant has received the same information before submitting their application. One more important point before we move on, the number one reason applications are not accepted for review isn't because someone doesn't qualify, it's because the application is incomplete. The good news is that's something you can completely control. Throughout today's presentation, I'm going to point out the most common mistakes applicants make and share tips that will help you submit the strongest application possible. Our goal isn't to make this process difficult. It's to help qualified families submit complete applications so we can review them as quickly and fairly as possible. Oh, here's our next habit tip. Take your time with the application. You're applying to own a home. That process is going to take some time, so make sure that you spend the time to collect your documents and to fill out the application completely and correctly. So let's begin by talking about the opportunity itself. Habitat for Humanity is different from many affordable housing programs. This is not a lottery. It isn't a rental assistance program, and Habitat doesn't give away homes. Our partner families purchase their Habitat homes with 30-year, zero-interest equivalent mortgages. Your monthly housing payment is designed so that it generally does not exceed 30% of your household income at the time you purchase your home. That means your housing payment is designed to remain affordable while allowing you to build equity and create long-term financial stability for your family. Owning a Habitat home is more than receiving a house. It's becoming a homeowner. It's building equity. It's creating stability for your children. It's investing in your future. And it's joining a community of families who have worked hard to achieve their dream of homeownership. Now that we've talked about what Habitat offers, let's discuss who's eligible to apply. The first requirement is that this opportunity is designed for first-time home buyers. If you've previously owned a home, you generally will not qualify for this program. If you're unsure whether your previous housing situation affects your eligibility, we encourage you to review the program requirements or contact our homeowner services team before applying. Next, our homeownership program serves families living or working within Sacramento and Yolo counties. At this time, we're unable to accept applications from households living and working outside of our service area because every Habitat affiliate serves a specific geographic region. If you currently live somewhere else, don't lose hope. Habitat affiliates exist throughout California, across the country, and around the world. We encourage you to contact the affiliate that serves your community. Now, let's talk about the 3 qualifications we use to evaluate every application. You'll hear us refer to these throughout the entire homeownership process because they are the foundation of Habitat's selection process. Every application is reviewed using these 3 criteria: need, ability to pay and financial readiness, and willingness to partner. Let's look at each one individually. The first qualification is a demonstrated need for better housing. Every family's story is different, and there are many reasons someone may qualify under this requirement. Perhaps your family is living in overcrowded housing. Maybe your rent has increased to the point that it's taking too much of your monthly income. Perhaps your current home has significant maintenance problems, such as mold, pests, failing plumbing, unsafe electrical systems, or other conditions that affect your family's health or safety. Some applicants may lack basic necessities such as reliable heating, cooling, working kitchen appliances, or even dependable running water. When you complete your application, we want you to tell us your story. Help us understand why your current housing situation no longer meets your family's needs. There isn't a perfect answer. We simply want an honest picture of your current circumstances. The second qualification is the ability to afford a Habitat mortgage. Habitat homes are affordable, but they're still homes that are purchased. Applicants must have sufficient, stable income to demonstrate that they can successfully own a home. At the same time, this program is specifically designed to serve families with low to moderate incomes. For this round of home applications, we're looking for families that fall between 60 and 80% of the area median income. Take a moment to review the income chart displayed on your screen. Your eligibility is based on your total household size and your total household income. If you're close to one of these limits, don't guess. Complete your application honestly, and our team will determine eligibility using the program guidelines. Many applicants are surprised to learn that Habitat does not expect perfect credit. Life happens. Medical emergencies happen. Unexpected hardships happen. What we look for is responsible financial behavior and evidence that applicants are prepared for the responsibilities of homeownership. We'll talk more about credit documentation later in this presentation, but it's important for you to know that both the applicant and the co-applicant will need to provide a credit report, even if one of you has little or no credit history. Finally, Habitat is looking for families who are willing to partner with us. The word partner is very important. You're not simply applying to purchase a home. You're joining a partnership built on trust, communication, and shared responsibility. One of the most visible parts of that partnership is 500 hours of sweat equity, which we'll discuss in detail in our next section. Partnership also takes the shape of helping spread the word about Habitat, which could mean sharing parts of your story with our supporters and other applicants. We're excited to help you achieve homeownership, and we need your help to help others achieve that dream too. Looks like it's time for our next habit tip. If you're not sure whether you'll qualify, don't guess based on something you heard from a friend or online. Read the application carefully. Watch this orientation video all the way through. And if you're still unsure, look at this handy checklist. Do you fall within the AMI range? Are we building homes that are appropriate size for your need? Are you willing and able to complete the sweat equity requirement? If the answer to all of these is yes, proceed with the application. One of the words you'll hear us use throughout this presentation is partnership. In fact, we intentionally refer to the families in our program as partner families or future homeowner partners because that's exactly what this relationship is. Many people assume that partnership begins after they're selected for the program. I actually see it a little differently. I believe partnership begins the moment you decide to complete this application. From this point forward, Habitat and your family begin working toward the same goal. Your goal is to become a successful homeowner. Our goal is to help qualified families become successful homeowners. Those aren't competing goals, they're shared goals. We're on the same team, and like every successful team, our partnership depends on 3 things: honesty, communication, trust. As your application moves throughout our review process, and hopefully throughout your journey to homeownership, life may change. You may have a new baby, you may change jobs, your income might increase or decrease. Someone may move into your household, someone may move out. You may experience an unexpected hardship. If something changes, please tell us. One of the biggest misconceptions we encounter is that applicants worry that telling Habitat about a change will automatically disqualify them. In reality, the opposite is usually true. Most changes don't end the partnership, but surprises can. Just like any traditional mortgage lender, Habitat performs final reviews before closing. If we discover significant changes at the very end of the process that weren't disclosed earlier, it can delay closing, or in some cases, affect eligibility. We never want that to happen. If we know what's happening, we can usually work through challenges together. That's what partners do. Time for our next habit tip. The sooner you tell us about a change, the more options we'll have to navigate it together. One of the most unique parts about Habitat's homeownership program, and one of the things that makes Habitat unlike almost any other homeownership opportunity, is something we call sweat equity. When people first hear the phrase 500 hours, they sometimes feel overwhelmed. I'd encourage you not to think about the number first. Instead, think about why sweat equity exists. Habitat's sweat equity policy explains it beautifully. Sweat equity is designed to accomplish 3 important goals. First, it builds partnership. Second, it builds pride. And third, it builds skills and knowledge that will help prepare you for homeownership. Let's talk about each one. Sweat equity builds partnership. One of the wonderful things about Habitat is that you won't be building your home alone. You'll meet volunteers, future neighbors, construction supervisors, staff members, board members, community partners, and other future homeowners who are walking the same journey you are. Many lifelong friendships begin on Habitat construction sites. As you work alongside one another, you're not simply building houses, you're building relationships. You're becoming part of the Habitat family. Sweat equity builds pride. One of the things I love most about Habitat is that we don't believe in giving people houses. We believe in partnering with people who are willing to invest in their own future. When you walk through the front door of your completed home, you'll know something very special. You helped build it. Your family helped build it. You'll be able to point to walls that you framed, windows you installed, landscaping you planted, and homes that you helped build for other families. There's an incredible sense of pride that comes from knowing you earned this opportunity through hard work and partnership. And sweat equity builds skills. Many future homeowners have never used a hammer before their first sweat equity day. And that's okay. You're not expected to arrive as an experienced carpenter. Our construction staff and volunteers will teach you. Along the way, you'll learn valuable skills about construction, home maintenance, safety, and caring for your future home. Those lessons continue to benefit families long after they receive their keys. Every future homeowner household is required to complete 500 hours of approved sweat equity before moving into their home. Most of those hours are earned working on Habitat construction sites. You'll also participate in homeowner education classes, meetings, and other approved activities that prepare you for successful homeownership. This isn't simply volunteer work. It's preparation for becoming a homeowner. One of the great things about our program is that this doesn't have to be done alone. Household members who will live in the Habitat home may also contribute sweat equity hours, provided they meet program requirements. In general, household members who are at least 16 years old may participate, with additional safety restrictions for 16 and 17-year-olds on construction sites. That means your family can work together toward this shared goal. We also recognize that every family is different. Some applicants have physical limitations, disabilities, or other circumstances that make traditional construction work difficult or impossible. If that's true for you, please don't assume you can't participate. Habitat provides reasonable accommodations. Depending on your circumstances, approved sweat equity may include work in our restore, in the administrative offices, or other approved activities that allow you to contribute in meaningful ways. These accommodations are considered individually and require approval. Our goal isn't to create barriers. It's to make sure every future homeowner has the opportunity to fulfill this important part of our partnership. Another thing I'd like you to know is that sweat equity isn't something you complete all at once. Early in the process, our homeowner services team will work with you to develop a realistic plan based on your household's availability. The policy also establishes expectations for regular participation, scheduling, and communication if you need to cancel or reschedule workdays. We understand that families have jobs, children, school. Life happens. Our goal is to help you build a plan that fits your family's schedule while keeping you on track toward homeownership. And it's time for our next habit tip. Don't think of sweat equity as 500 hours. Think of it as 500 opportunities to learn, build relationships, and prepare for the day you unlock the front door of your own home. As we finish talking about partnership, I'd like to discuss something that's just as important. We've talked about what Habitat commits to bringing to this partnership. We've talked about what you'll contribute through communication and sweat equity. Now I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about the long-term responsibilities that come with purchasing an affordable Habitat home. These are important topics, and I believe it's only fair that you understand them before you decide whether this program is right for your family. Owning a Habitat home is a wonderful opportunity. It's also a long-term commitment. Like every homeowner, you'll be responsible for making your mortgage payments, paying your property taxes, maintaining homeowner's insurance, caring for your home, and keeping your mortgage in good standing. In addition to those responsibilities, Habitat homes often include a few unique requirements that make affordable homeownership possible for future generations of families. I'd like to explain those at a high level today. We'll review each of them in much greater detail before you purchase your home, and you'll have plenty of opportunities to ask questions before signing any legal documents. One question we hear from time to time is, why does Habitat have additional requirements after I buy my home? The answer is actually very simple. Building affordable homes requires incredible partnerships. Our homes are made possible through the generosity of individual donors, volunteers, corporate sponsors, government funding, foundations, and thousands of people who believe everyone deserves the opportunity to own a home. Many of the public funding sources that help make these homes affordable require that the homes remain affordable for future families as well. These requirements aren't intended to limit your success. They're designed to preserve affordable homeownership opportunities for generations to come. Depending on the funding sources used to build your home, your property may be subject to an affordability restriction, sometimes called a deed restriction. In simple terms, this means that if you decide to sell your home while the restriction is still in effect, you generally won't be able to sell it at whatever price the market will bear. Instead, the home must continue to serve another income-qualified family at an affordable price determined by the requirements of that restriction. That helps ensure that the public investment used to make your home affordable today continues helping another family tomorrow. Every deed restriction is a little different depending on the funding source involved, and we'll explain the specific restrictions that apply to your home well before closing. Another important part of our partnership is something called the right of first refusal. If at any point during the life of your Habitat mortgage, you decide that you'd like to sell your home, Habitat has the first opportunity to purchase it back. What does this mean? Before selling your home to someone else, you'll first notify Habitat. We'll evaluate whether purchasing the home back is the best way to continue serving future partner families. Sometimes we'll choose to purchase the home, sometimes we won't. If Habitat chooses not to purchase the home, you may proceed with the sale according to the terms of your mortgage and any applicable affordability restrictions. This provision helps Habitat preserve affordable housing opportunities within our community whenever possible. Finally, I'd like to briefly discuss something called equity sharing. One of the wonderful things about becoming a homeowner is that over time, you build equity in your home. Because Habitat, its donors, volunteers, and funding partners invest so much to make homeownership affordable, our mortgages include an equity sharing provision. If you sell your home before your Habitat mortgage has been paid in full, Habitat may be entitled to receive a portion of the home's appreciation or equity. The exact amount depends on several factors, including the age of your mortgage and the terms of your homeownership partner agreement. We'll walk through those calculations together long before closing so you'll fully understand how they work. There won't be any surprises. Why we tell you this now? I realized we've covered some significant topics here. You may even be wondering why we're talking about them during an application orientation. The answer is simple. At Habitat, we believe partnership begins with honesty. We don't want you discovering these provisions months from now after you've invested hundreds of hours of sweat equity. We want you to understand from the very beginning both the incredible opportunities and the important responsibilities that come with becoming a Habitat homeowner. Because partnerships are built on trust, and trust begins with transparency. And it's time for our next habit tip. One of the best pieces of advice I can give you is this: never hesitate to ask questions. If there's something in your mortgage documents, partnership agreement, or closing paperwork that you don't understand, ask us. We expect questions. In fact, we welcome them. An informed homeowner is a successful homeowner, and our goal is to make sure you understand every step of this journey before you sign anything. Now we've arrived at the most important part of today's orientation. Everything we've talked about so far has been preparing you for this moment. Our goal for the next several minutes is simple. We want to help you submit a complete, accurate application the first time. As we go through the application together, you'll see the pages displayed on your screen. You don't need to rush to write everything down. Instead, I encourage you to follow along with your own application packet and make notes anywhere you'd like a reminder. Let's get started. I feel like I can't say this enough. The number one reason applications are declined is because they are incomplete. Over half of our applications are turned down because they are incomplete. Take the time before you submit your application to make sure that every section is filled out and that all of your required documents are included. We don't want your application to be declined because of an easy fix. Complete your application. The first documents in your packet are the cover letter and the documentation checklist. Please don't skip them. I know it's tempting to jump straight into the application itself, but these first pages contain some of the most important instructions in the entire packet. For example, they explain that orientation is required. The verification word must be included. Applications must be submitted in the order of the checklist. Original documents should not be submitted. Every page of every document, even blank pages, must be included. And if your household or financial circumstances change during the application period, you must notify Habitat as soon as possible. Those may seem like small details, but they help us review every application consistently and fairly. Time for another habit tip. Read the cover letter before you begin the application. It only takes a few minutes and it answers many of the questions we receive every year. Let's move on to the applicant information section. This may seem straightforward, but it's one of the places where we most often have to contact applicants for missing information. Please complete every field as accurately as possible. If you're married, this is extremely important. If you are legally married and your spouse is living with you in this home, your spouse must be listed as your co-applicant. Even if your spouse has little income, even if your spouse has poor credit, even if your spouse isn't planning to contribute toward the mortgage, your spouse must still be included. Habitat evaluates the entire household. Next, you'll list everyone who will live in the home. Please don't think of this as simply listing your children. We need every member of your household, adults, children, babies, relatives, anyone who will be living in the home. The size of your household affects several parts of the qualification process, including income eligibility and the size of the home your family may qualify for. If you've lived at your current address for less than 2 years, don't forget to complete your previous address information. Leaving this blank is one of the more common oversights we see. Well, will you look at that? It's time for another habit tip. Slow down. Most errors in the applicant information section happen because people move too quickly. Completing this page carefully can save days of follow-up later. Section 3, Present Housing Conditions. This section is your opportunity to help us understand why you're applying. Earlier, we talked about demonstrating a need for better housing. Now it's time to tell your story. Don't be afraid to be honest. If you're overcrowded, tell us. If you're paying too much rent, tell us. If your home has mold, pests, unsafe wiring, leaks, broken plumbing, or other issues affecting your family's quality of life, tell us. The more clearly you help us understand your current household situation, the better we can understand your family's needs. Sections 4 and 5, Employment and Income. This is one of the most important sections of the entire application. It's also one of the sections where applicants most often make mistakes. The key principle is simple. Report every source of income for every member of your household. If money comes into your household on a regular basis, we need to know about it. That includes employment income, SSI, Social Security, IHSS, disability benefits, child support, alimony, veterans benefits, pension income, gig work like DoorDash, Uber, Instacart, or Lyft, self-employment, cash jobs, tips, income earned by household members who are working, even teenagers with part-time jobs. We're not trying to catch anyone doing something wrong. We're simply trying to understand your complete financial picture so we can accurately determine eligibility and affordability. The documentation checklist also requires employment verification and supporting documents for self-employment, public assistance, and other income sources. Time for another handy habit tip. If you're wondering, should I include this income? The answer is yes. Let Habitat determine what's relevant. Don't make that decision for us. Time to gather up all of those financial statements, bank statements, retirement account statements, credit card statements, and other information related to regular expenses and assets. As we're looking at your financial picture, we'll ask how you expect to pay your closing costs. This is generally expected to be around $7,000 to $10,000 at the time of close. Now, there isn't one correct answer, but we simply want to understand your plan and help you prepare for this part of the home buying process. Next, you'll list your assets. Please remember, assets aren't just checking accounts. They include savings accounts, retirement accounts, investment accounts, cryptocurrency, certificates of deposit, or any other financial assets that you own. Likewise, we need a complete picture of your debts. Credit cards, student loans, medical debt, vehicle loans, personal loans, payment plans. Anything you're financially responsible for should be listed. When you reach the declaration section, answer every question honestly. If a question asks for an explanation, provide one. Having experienced financial hardship doesn't automatically disqualify you. Failing to disclose it or providing incomplete information can create much bigger problems later in the process. Finally, you'll sign the authorization forms. By signing, you're confirming that the information you have provided is complete and truthful to the best of your knowledge, and you're authorizing Habitat to evaluate your eligibility through document review, verification, and later, if your application advances, formal consumer and background reports. Before we move on to the documentation checklist, I'd like to leave you with one final thought. Please don't think of this application as a test. Think of it as your family's story. Our reviewers have never met you. They've never seen your current home. They don't know what challenges your family has overcome. This application is your opportunity to help us understand who you are, where you've been, and why affordable homeownership would make a meaningful difference in your family's future. Take your time. Be thorough. Be honest. And remember, a complete application isn't just easier for us to review, it's the best way to give yourself the strongest opportunity to move forward in the Habitat homeownership program. Before we wrap up today's orientation, I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about the mistakes we see most often. The good news is, almost every one of these mistakes is completely avoidable. Our goal isn't to catch anyone making an error. Our goal is to help you submit the strongest application possible. Here are the things we'd like you to watch for. Mistake number 1, missing documents. This is by far the most common issue. Applicants will forget to include one bank statement, a pay stub, a tax return, one social security card, a utility bill, a lease agreement, or another required document. One missing document can delay the review of your entire application. Before you submit your packet, go through the documentation checklist one more time, one item at a time, and physically confirm that every required document is included. Don't assume it's there. Check it. Mistake number 2, not including every page. This one surprises many applicants. If your bank statement has 6 pages, we need all 6 pages, even if pages 5 and 6 are blank. If your tax return has 23 pages, we need 23 pages. Even blank pages help us verify that the document is complete. Mistake number 3, documents are out of order. Please submit your application exactly in the order listed on the documentation checklist. It may not seem important, but when every applicant organizes documents the same way, our review team can evaluate applications much more efficiently. It also reduces the chances that something important gets overlooked. Here's that documentation checklist and track sheet. As you're collecting all of your information, this sheet will be your best friend. Make sure to make notes on here if you're looking for specific pages, and check it off as you find the documents that you're looking for to support your application. Mistake number 4, submitting original documents. Please submit copies. Never submit original documents. We cannot guarantee that original documents can be returned, and we don't want you to lose your important records. Keep the originals in a safe place for your own files. Mistake number 5, forgetting to sign. It happens every year. Applicants carefully complete every page, attach every document, then forget to sign the application. Before you submit your packet, flip through every page and make sure you've signed everywhere a signature is requested. If you're applying with a co-applicant, make sure both signatures are included wherever required. Mistake number 6, leaving questions blank. If a question doesn't apply to you, don't simply leave it blank. Instead, write NA for non-applicable, none, or 0, depending on the question. Blank spaces leave us wondering whether the question was overlooked or intentionally skipped. Mistake number 7, reporting incomplete income. Remember, we need a complete picture of your household finances. Sometimes applicants only list their primary job, but they forget overtime, second jobs, self-employment, child support, disability benefits, social security, gig work, or other regular income. If you receive it regularly, include it. Mistake number 8, not telling Habitat about changes. Your application doesn't stop the day you submit it. If something changes afterwards, like you get a new job, you lose a job, you move, you open a new credit account, you pay off a loan, you add someone to your household, or you experience another significant financial change, please let us know. Keeping us informed helps ensure we're evaluating the most accurate information available. Mistake number 9, rushing the personal statement. Your personal statement matters. This is your opportunity to help us understand your family's story. Tell us why homeownership matters, what challenges you're facing, what you hope will change, and what owning a home would mean for your children or other household members. There isn't a required length. We're simply asking you to write honestly from the heart, and don't let ChatGPT do it for you. Tell us your story in your words. Mistake number 10, waiting until the last minute. Please don't start gathering documents the week before the application deadline. Some documents take time to obtain. Employers may need several days to prepare employment verification. Banks sometimes require extra time. Government agencies, but they may take even longer. Starting early gives you time to solve small problems before they become big ones. Mistake number 11, submitting poor quality copies. If we can't read it, we can't use it. Please make sure your documents are clear and legible, not cut off by your scanner or your copier. Make sure they're right side up whenever possible and dark enough to read. Make sure they're complete, with no information hidden by fingers, shadows, or folded pages. A blurry pay stub or a cropped bank statement often results in our staff having to contact you for a replacement, which slows down the review process for everyone. I'd like to leave you with one final suggestion. Before you submit your application, pretend you're the reviewer. Start at the front of your packet and work through every page. Ask yourself, is every question answered? Is every signature included? Is every required document attached? Are all the pages there? Is everything in the correct order? If you can answer yes to all of those questions, you're probably ready to submit. And remember, we want you to succeed. A complete application doesn't guarantee selection to the program, but it does ensure that your application can be reviewed fairly, efficiently, and without unnecessary delays. Once you've completed the application itself, the next step is equally important, your supporting documentation. In fact, your application and your supporting documents work together. Your application tells us your story. The supporting documents help us verify that story. Both are essential. One without the other results in an incomplete application. So let's build your packet together. Imagine your application as a puzzle. Every document you include is another piece of that puzzle. If even one piece is missing, we can't see the complete picture. That's why we ask you to gather all of your documentation before submitting your application. Starting with the documents that come from Habitat, your packet should include your signed cover letter, the documentation checklist, the completed application, the monthly budget form, and your online verification word. These should all be completed before moving on to your personal documents. Next, we'll need identification for everyone in your household as required by the checklist. That includes copies of identification for adults, Social Security cards for every household member, and proof of legal U.S. resident status where required. Veteran households should also include a DD-214 if applicable. Originals are not submitted with the application. They'll be reviewed later in the process. Income documentation is usually the largest part of your application packet. We'll need documentation for every source of income that you've reported. This may include employment verification, 6 months of current pay stubs, Social Security award letters, SSI documentation, disability benefits, public assistance, child support, alimony, self-employment records including profit loss statements, pension income, or other recurring income. And remember, this applies to the applicant, the co-applicant, and every other household member whose income is required under the application. We'll also need documentation that helps us understand your financial picture. That includes 6 consecutive months of bank statements for every account: checking, savings, retirement accounts, investment accounts, and other financial accounts listed in the checklist. We'll also ask for complete federal income tax returns, not tax transcripts, for the required years listed in the packet, along with W-2s or other required tax forms. For both the applicant and the co-applicant, we'll need a current credit report obtained through one of the accepted credit bureaus. Even if someone has never established credit, we still need documentation from the credit bureau indicating that no credit history was found. That helps us complete our review fairly and consistently. Finally, we'll need the remaining documents listed on the documentation checklist. Depending on your circumstances, these may include your current lease agreement, 6 months of rent verification, housing assistance documentation, your vehicle registration and your car insurance, utility bills, references, and your personal statement. The documentation checklist is your best guide. Use it as your roadmap while assembling your packet. Oh, look at that. Time for another habit tip. Don't try to collect your documents one at a time while you're filling out the application. Use the heavy checklist to pull all your documents together before you start filling out the application. Gather every supporting document, lay them out on the table, and then use the documentation checklist to check off each item one by one. Only once you've checked every box should you submit your application. Before you submit your application, ask yourself these 3 questions. Is it complete with every document, every page, and every signature? Is it current with the most recent documents available? Not last year's, not last month's, the most current versions. Is it readable? Could someone unfamiliar with your application easily read every page? If your answer to all 3 questions is yes, you're almost ready to submit your application. Okay, I know what you're asking. What else do I need to do to submit this application? Well, here it is. You need to put this verification word in your application to show us that you paid attention to this video. The word you'll want to include here is community. Now, don't share that word with friends who haven't watched the video. They need to get the information included here as well. Well, congratulations. If you followed along with today's orientation and completed your application carefully, gathered all of your supporting documents, you're almost ready to submit your application. Habitat for Humanity of Greater Sacramento offers 2 ways to submit your application. You may submit a paper application, or you may submit your application online. Whichever method you choose, please remember that the same standards apply. Every application must be complete. Every required document must be included. And every application is reviewed using the same selection process. Let's look at each option. Option 1, submitting a paper application. If you choose to submit a paper application, please make sure you've assembled your application exactly in the order listed on the documentation checklist. This helps our review team process every application consistently and efficiently. Remember to submit copies of your documents, not originals. Keep your originals. Once your application packet is complete, you may submit it one of 2 ways. You may deliver it in person to our offices during regular business hours at 819 North 10th Street, or you may mail it to us using the United States Postal Service, FedEx, UPS, or another delivery service. If you choose to mail your application, I recommend mailing it several days before the application deadline. Please don't wait until the last day. Unexpected shipping delays can happen, and we don't want a late delivery to prevent your application from being considered. The application packet specifies the submission window and the office location for in-person delivery. Time for another habit tip. If you're mailing in your application, consider using a service that provides tracking. That way you'll know exactly when your application arrives. Option 2 is submitting your application online. Many applicants find it convenient to submit their application online. If that's the option you choose, I encourage you to do one thing before you even open the online application. Gather every required document first. Don't plan to upload documents as you search for them. Don't start the application hoping you'll scan everything later. Instead, have everything ready before you begin. Before you start the online application, scan every required supporting document. We recommend saving documents as PDF files whenever possible because they preserve formatting and are usually easier to read. If you can't do PDF, JPEG images are also acceptable. As you scan your documents, please make sure they are clear, easy to read, right side up, complete, and saved as separate files whenever practical. To help your files upload smoothly, we recommend keeping individual files to approximately 5 megabytes or smaller whenever possible. Most scanners and smartphone scanning apps have settings that allow you to reduce file size while maintaining excellent quality. Check before you upload. Before attaching each file, open it yourself. Ask yourself, can I read every page? Did I accidentally cut off the top or the bottom? Are all the pages included? Is the document in the correct order? If you can't read it, neither can we. Taking a few extra seconds to review each file before uploading can prevent delays later. If you're going to use your phone to scan documents, that's perfectly fine. Many smartphones include excellent document scanning features. Just remember, take the photo in good lighting. Place the document on a flat surface. Make sure all 4 corners are visible. Avoid shadows across the page. And double-check that every page has been scanned before uploading it. A clear scan saves everyone time. Another habit tip. Don't use photographs of documents if a document scan is available. A scanned document is almost always easier to read than a photograph. Here's another handy habit tip. If you're submitting your application online, it may be helpful to fill out the paper application first so you have all of your information in one place prior to starting the online application. To submit your application online, scan this QR code or visit our website at habitatgreatersac.org/apply. One question we receive from applicants is, does Habitat prefer paper applications or online applications? The answer is simple: no. Choose the method that is easiest for you. Paper applications and online applications receive the same review process. Submitting online does not improve your chances of being selected. Submitting a paper application does not slow down your review. The most important thing isn't how you submit your application. The most important thing is that your application is complete. Before you click Submit, whether you're sealing an envelope or clicking the Submit button online, I'd like you to pause for just a moment and ask yourself 4 questions. Have I answered every question? Have I signed everywhere I'm supposed to sign? Have I included every required supporting document? And have I included every page of every document? If the answer is yes to all 4 questions, you're ready. Submit your application with confidence, knowing you've given yourself the strongest possible opportunity to move successfully into the review process. All right, we got one more habit tip. Keep a complete copy of everything you send us. Whether you submit your application online or on paper, save a complete copy of your application and every supporting document for your own records. Having your own copy makes it much easier to answer questions if we need clarification later, and it gives you peace of mind knowing you have a complete record of what was submitted. By this point, you've completed your application, gathered your supporting documents, and submitted your application to Habitat. So, what happens next? Many applicants tell us this is the hardest part of the process, not because there's more work to do, but because now it's time to wait. I'd like to walk you through exactly what happens after your application arrives at Habitat, so you'll know what to expect. Step 1, your application is received. Whether you submit your application online, mail it to us, or deliver it to our office, your application is first received by our Homeowner Services team. From there, it enters our review process. Applications are reviewed in the order and manner established for the current application cycle. Step 2 is a completeness review. The first review isn't about whether you qualify, it's about whether your application is complete. Our team carefully compares your application to the documentation checklist. We'll make sure you've included every required form, every required signature, every supporting document, and every page of every document. Remember, A complete application gives us the information we need to begin evaluating your eligibility. An incomplete application usually cannot move forward until the missing information has been received. Wait, another habitat already? The sooner we have your complete application, the sooner we can begin reviewing it. Don't wait until the last minute. Step 3. Requests for additional information. Sometimes, even with the most careful preparation, we'll need additional information. Perhaps a document wasn't readable. Maybe a page was missing. Perhaps we need clarification about an employer, a source of income, or another item in your application. If that happens, we'll contact you. Please don't panic if you hear from us. Receiving a request for additional information does not mean your application has been denied. In many cases, it simply means we need one more piece of information before we can continue our review. If we ask you for something, please respond as promptly as you can. Quick responses help keep your application moving through the review process. Step 4 is qualification review. Once your application is complete, our team begins evaluating it using the qualification criteria we discussed earlier. We'll review your housing need, your household income, your financial information, your credit documentation, your willingness to partner with Habitat, and all of the supporting documents that you've submitted. Every application is reviewed carefully and consistently using the same established standards. Our goal is to make every decision fairly, thoughtfully, and objectively. One question we receive every year is, can I call to check the status of my application? Of course, we understand why people ask. Applying for a Habitat home is exciting. It's a life-changing opportunity. Naturally, you want to know what's happening. I simply ask for your patience. Our homeowner services team is small but mighty. Every phone call, voicemail, and email takes time away from reviewing applications. Please know this. If we need something from you, we'll contact you. If we have questions, we'll contact you. If we need clarification, we will contact you. You won't miss your opportunity because you didn't call us. Our team is committed to communicating with applicants whenever additional information is needed. Your patience allows us to spend more time reviewing applications and moving everyone through the process as efficiently as possible. Here's a habit tip for you. One of the best things you can do after submitting your application is to keep an eye on your email, your voicemail, and your mailbox. If we reach out with a question or we request additional information, responding promptly helps us keep your application moving forward. Please keep us updated. Remember what we talked about earlier. Partnership doesn't stop once you submit your application. If something changes while your application is being reviewed, please let us know. Examples include getting a new job, losing a job, a change in your overall household income, welcoming a new baby into the family, someone moves into or out of your household, you take out a new loan or line of credit, you have a change of address, you have a new phone number or email address. These changes don't necessarily affect your eligibility, but they do help us make decisions using the most accurate information available. Again, there are very few problems that we can at least discuss together. What creates challenges is learning about important changes at the very end of the process. Once every application has been reviewed, qualified applicants move forward according to Habitat's established selection process. Because every application is carefully reviewed, this part of the process takes time. We know that waiting can be difficult, and we thank you for your patience as we work to ensure that every family receives a careful and fair review. When decisions have been made, we'll contact every applicant with information. I'd like to leave you with a final thought. Submitting your application is a significant accomplishment. Take a moment to be proud of that. You've invested time, you've gathered documents, you've shared your family's story, and you've taken a meaningful step toward home ownership. Now it's our turn. Our responsibility is to review every application carefully, consistently, and fairly. While we can't promise that every applicant will be selected, I can promise you this. Every complete application receives our careful attention and consideration. And throughout the process, we'll do our best to communicate clearly, honestly, and respectfully, because that's what partners do. One final habit tip for you. As you're waiting, continue building the habits of successful homeownership. Keep paying your bills on time. Avoid taking on unnecessary new debt, and continue saving money whenever possible. And if something in your financial or household situation changes, let us know promptly. Those simple steps will help keep you in the strongest possible position as your application moves through the review process. We've covered a lot of information today. Thank you for staying with us. I know applying for homeownership can feel overwhelming. There are forms to complete, documents to gather, questions to answer, and a lot of information to keep track of. But every Habitat homeowner who has come before you started exactly where you are today, with an application, with a dream, and with the hope of creating a better future for themselves and the people they love. Over the course of this orientation, we've talked about qualifications, we've talked about partnership, we've talked about sweat equity, the responsibilities that come with affordable homeownership, and we'd walk through the application together. If there's one thing I hope you'll remember after today's presentation, it's this. We're not looking for perfect people. We're looking for partners. Families who are ready to work hard, who communicate honestly, who are committed to building a stable future, who believe that homeownership can create new opportunities, not just for themselves, but for future generations. I also hope you've seen something else throughout today's presentation. Habitat isn't simply building houses. We're building relationships. When a family partners with Habitat, that relationship doesn't end when the keys are handed over. In many ways, that's where it begins. Years after homeowners move into their homes, we still see them volunteering on build sites, mentoring future partner families, serving on committees, supporting our mission, bringing their children back to help build homes for the next generation. That's the kind of community that you're applying to become part of. Before you submit your application, I'd like to ask one final favor. Don't rush. Set your application aside for a day if you need to. Come back with fresh eyes. Go through the documentation checklist one more time. Make sure every question has been answered, every signature is included. You've attached every required document, and make sure you've included every page of every document. A little extra time today can save weeks of delays later. Time for one last habit tip. If you've done your best, if you've answered honestly, if you've provided complete information, then submit your application with confidence. At that point, you've done your part. We'll do ours. On behalf of our board of directors, our staff, our volunteers, our donors, our sponsors, and the hundreds of Habitat homeowners who have come before you, thank you for considering Habitat for Humanity of Greater Sacramento. Whether your journey with Habitat begins this year or sometime in the future, we appreciate your interest in our mission and your commitment to building a better future for your family. We truly wish you the very best throughout this application process. Thank you for spending this time with us. We look forward to reviewing your application, and we hope to have the opportunity to welcome you as one of Habitat's future homeowner partners. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and remember, together we build